Welcome to your Tuesday, July 13th yoga practice. It is our twisting day, so I do like to have blocks available, and I'll give a cue for the strap as well. So if they're handy, keep them with you. We can always make do without. Find your comfortable seat, please. And as you arrive, maybe you close your eyes if it's comfortable. Start noticing that you are here. It is now. How does it feel to be you right now? No one else can possibly know. Maybe notice if any areas of your body are jumping at you for attention. Maybe it's the mind, those chitta vrittis or fluctuations or monkey mind bouncing around. And after you've noticed, we can release any judgment, any thoughts that we have for or against our sensations or experience. Just allowing it to be observed without being evaluated. Try your hands together in front of your heart space. If you'd like to chant Om, the sound of all sounds, you're welcome to inhale deeply with me for one Om. Reach your fingertips down to the earth. Pause for a moment here. Palms face forward. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Sitting really tall in this way. Core engaged. You can imagine your navel drawing back towards the spine and then up towards your heart. On your next inhale, imagine you're scooping up pranic energy from the earth, all the way up to the sky, gathering it. And then as you exhale, draw your hands together in front of your heart, bringing that energy to you. Keep breathing. We'll do this 2 more times. Remembering that you can always take or leave anything that I say, making sure that your practice is true to you. Maybe exploring the idea that there is abundant energy around us at all times. And that it's possible with our senses, we might not be able to perceive all of it all the time. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, take a twist to your left, then lower your hands down. Your fingertips can be like kickstands on your body and the earth, helping you anchor, rooting as you keep rising through the crown, maybe deepening your twist, maybe looking over your back left shoulder. One more breath like this. Inhale, unwind, reaching out and up. Exhale, twisting to the other side, lowering those hands down. Fingertips anchor into your body and or the earth. Your crown keeps reaching up towards the sky. Maybe you deepen your twist, looking over your back shoulder. Inhale, reach out and up. Keep your arms floating up. See if you can bring your feet to the ground. Now you can scoot off of the blanket if you're on one, and see if you can catch a little air. At any time, you can lower your arms. Hands can come to the earth or to your thighs. Maybe you play with keeping your arms up overhead today. Legs are glued together, toes spread wide. And maybe your toes are just barely floating off of the earth. Maybe you're able to extend your legs long. Wherever you go, focus on that long spine, so making sure we haven't rounded. Keep lengthening, one more breath. And exhale, return to easy seat. Cross the non-normal leg in front. Bring your hands to knees. Inhale, big circle forward and backwards. Inhaling your heart forwards. Exhaling backwards. One more time this direction. And switching directions. And return to center. Hands on shoulders, fingertips in front, thumbs in back. You can give your shoulder caps a squeeze if you can reach them. Sit really tall here. Imagine that you're lifting your torso up out of your hips. Inhale to your left, exhale to your right. Go at a pace that works for you. These can be short, sharp breaths. Another cycle or two. And then return to neutral. Interlace your fingers. Put them behind your head like a little basket. You can lean your skull back into your hands. Elbows are open wide away from each other. Hopefully you can feel a nice stretch here. Inhale to your left. Exhale to your right. And don't force this into a bigger movement than your body naturally wants to make it. Inhaling left, exhaling right. So this series of 3 side to side and circular movements kind of raises the breath. Keep breathing and twisting. The big circles help us breathe into the lowest part of the lungs. The twists with hands on shoulders helps raise the breath into the side body. And now here what you're doing helps lift the breath up to the collarbone area. And as you're ready, come back to neutral. Make your way into tabletop, maybe putting the blanket under your knees for a little cushion. As you arrive in tabletop, take a couple rounds of cow and cat. And for lots of us, this might be a really familiar posture, but we can all try to come to it with the mind of a beginner. So as you breathe, inhaling, belly drops, shoulder blades slide together. Exhaling, we push the ground away. Notice the weight in your hands. And if your hands were heat maps showing the weight, where would it be most illuminated? Hi, Toby. If the most illuminated, or I think it's a deep red color for the heat, is in the heel of the hands or the palm of the hands, let's see if we can transfer the energy into our fingertips. Fingers are spread really wide. Into the root, the knuckle of your index finger and thumb in particular. As you do that, maybe you even feel the pinky edge of your wrist lift off the mat a little. That's what we're looking for. Lighten the load on your wrists. And come to neutral. If you don't usually use blocks in Thread the Needle, maybe you bring a block into the picture today. Right hand grounds on earth or block. Inhale your left hand up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, dropping your left shoulder to the center of the mat. Inhale, push the ground away with the right hand. Left hand reaches up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach to the sky one more time. Exhale, thread the needle. Rest on your left shoulder. Your right hand might rest passively on the block or mat. Maybe you walk the right fingertips up on the mat overhead. Maybe up to the sky. Maybe the right hand comes around to the back, maybe even looping onto the left hip. Breathe wherever you feel sensation. Press the tops of your feet into the earth. One more breath here. Bring your right hand right in front of your face again. Push the ground away. Inhale, reach up to the sky with the left fingertips. And exhale your hands back to the earth. Maybe bring a block under the left hand. Push the ground away with the left arm. Inhale, reach your right fingertips to the sky. Take a good stretch. Exhale, thread the needle, right shoulder to the center of the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, thread the needle. Pause here for a few breaths. Get as comfortable as you can. Maybe you relax the left hand on the block. Maybe you walk the left fingertips overhead, keeping the hand tinted. Maybe you reach the left hand up to the sky, and maybe even around your back. Fingertips might be able to connect with your right thigh. Now notice, this is a little awkward for the shoulders, right? Is there a way that you can soften, relax a little? Breathe. And unwind. Left hand comes back right in front of your face. Push it into the ground. Inhale, reach your right hand to the sky. And exhale, set your right hand down. Mwah. We have been blessed with a Toby visit today. All right, tuck your toes. Inhale, drop your belly, shoulder blades hug the spine. Open your throat up to the sky. Maybe you even stretch your face, stick your tongue out. And on your next exhale, push the ground away. Hips float up to the sky. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Sway your hips if it feels good. Shake your head, nod your head if it feels good. And then let's settle in for a breath or two in stillness, noticing what happens there. In stillness, there's still so many little things we can be doing. So anchor into your fingertips. Imagine your inner thighs spiraling towards each other and up to the sky behind you. Belly scooping in. Shoulders just slightly coming up to your ears and out wide. Head and neck relaxed and heavy. On an inhale, lift your right heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Look forward between your hands. That can help you keep your hips and shoulders neutral. Another big breath like this. As you exhale, engage your core. Come into plank, pushing the ground away. Right knee towards your nose. Inhale, kick the right foot back to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, plank, right knee to left elbow, twist. Inhale, three-legged dog, core engaged this whole time. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, hover, push the ground away. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right foot all the way up to the right thumb. Pause in high runner's lunge. Negotiate space with your roommate perhaps. Drop your left knee. On an inhale, lift your torso. Shoulders trying to stack over hips. Do the best you can. Your left toes can be tucked or untucked. Having the toes tucked is a little bit more of a balance challenge because it's a smaller foundation. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist to your right and open your arms out. Now the tendency is to bring the arms in alignment with the center of the mat, but maybe you bring the left arm so it's truly coming out of your shoulder socket neutrally. Reaching the fingertips away from each other, being as broad across your chest as you can. Here, let's engage our abdominal muscles, lift up through the crown of your head, maybe twist a little more on your next exhale. Inhale, back to neutral, arms up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Maybe you bring a block under your hands. Lift your left knee off of the mat, press back through your left heel. Left hand grounds, right hand reaches to the sky. Drag the right hip back in space slightly. Press back through your left heel, reach. Exhale, unwind, planting your hands on blocks or the earth. Step yourself back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, send your left heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Square your hips, square your shoulders. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come forward into plank, left knee to left nose, push the ground away. Inhale, re-extend your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, twisting, pushing the ground away. Inhale, re-extend the left heel to the sky. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, hover. Inhale, re-extend the left leg long. Look forward. Exhale, step that left foot all the way up to meet the left thumb. Runner's lunge here for a moment. Press back through your right heel. Drop your right knee to the mat. On an inhale, lift the torso. Shoulders stacking over hips. Of course, Toby gets to keep the mat. Priorities in this household. Keep breathing as you reach up. On your next inhale, can you lift your torso even more out of your hips? Exhale, take a twist to your left. Open your arms out wide. Again, opportunity here to bring your arms so they're truly coming out of your shoulder girdle. So the right arm then would float back in space. This also gives us some more realistic perspective as to what the torso is capable of doing twist-wise. Inhale, lifting up through your crown. Engage your core. Exhale, twist. We've played before with engaging the core does kind of limit how deeply we can twist, but it supports us and protects our spine. Inhale, return back to neutral, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands to earth or blocks. Lift your right knee off of the mat. Plant your right hand. Inhale your left hand to the sky, twisting to your left. Imagine dragging your outer left hip back in space. Press back through your right heel. Revolved high lunge. Parivrita. Parsvakonasana. I think I'm due for Sanskrit lessons. One more breath like this. On an exhale, unwind. Left hand touches down. Inhale, look forward a couple of feet. Exhale, giant step forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. On an inhale, lift halfway, hands slide up the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down to rise up, arms out and up. Exhale, your hands to the earth. No, to your heart. Inhale, your arms out and up. Exhale, your hands to the earth. Maybe that's where my mind was. Fold forward. If you have a block there, go ahead and grab it. If you have a strap, let's go ahead and bring that into our hands. So holding the strap in both hands. Inhale, rise up with a flat back, lifting the arms and strap, if you have it, up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms and strap back behind you any amount. You can go wherever feels good to you here. Squeeze the block, anchor down through your tailbone. Feel your feet connected to the ground. Lift your heart any amount. Imagine pressing your hips forward, lifting the heart up first and then back. Inhale, return to neutral. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, take a twist to your left, squeezing the block. That helps us keep our hips neutral. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale through neutral. Draw your navel back towards your spine, up towards your heart. Inhale. Exhale, really squeeze the navel to the spine as you twist to your left. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, navel towards spine, up towards heart. Really squeeze while you twist to your right, squeezing the block still. Inhale, back to neutral. Now relax your belly. Inhaling again for length. Relaxed belly. Exhale, twist to your left. Maybe you notice a little more range, maybe not. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, twist to your right, soft belly. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, drop the strap behind you. Maybe you bend your elbows here. Lifting your heart, squeezing the block. Soften your knees and go ahead and bend forward, keeping your knuckles to the sky. Look side to side. Notice where you might feel tension in your back and neck. Nod your head softly. And go ahead and release your hands to the earth. You can set the strap aside. Release the block. Inhale, rise up, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward, hands touch down. Step your left foot back and out, setting up for warrior one. So ground the left foot completely, left toes point towards the top left corner, right knee over right ankle. Before we rise up, workshop it here. So we'll bring our hands to our hips. Guide your left hip forward, your right hip back. Core engaged. Notice if this feels challenging. With a flat back, inhale, rise up. Maybe you can really feel your hips and gluteal muscles working for you here. Reach your fingertips to the sky, settle in. Virabhadrasana 1. Really connect with the pinky side edge of your back foot and then with the big toe knuckle of your front foot. Keep imagining you're shifting your outer left hip forward, outer back hip, outer right hip back. Maybe you bend a little deeper into your front knee. Shoulders about over hips. Can you reach a little higher? Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, hinge forward. The right hip is shifting back, left hip shifting forward. Drop your fingertips. Maybe you find those blocks. Long spine. Keep shifting the back, the right hip back, the left hip forward. Stay like this if you'd like. Parsvottanasana is more than enough on its own. Maybe you ground your left hand on the earth or block or fingertips. Right hand coming to your outer right hip. As you send that right hip back, start to revolve your torso, looking over to the right. Stretching the muscles around the IT band. How do you feel? If you feel you've got space, maybe you reach your right fingertips to the sky. Trying to stack the right shoulder over the left. Pinky side edge of your left foot still very connected to the earth. The root of your right big toe still connected to the earth. If this feels good, maybe for the next breath or two, you take a bind, bringing the back of your right hand towards the front of your left hip. Using that as leverage if you make it there. Lean back in space as you lift your heart towards the sky. One more breath. Breathing deeply, unwind as you're ready. Returning to Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Set the blocks to the side, plant your hands, step yourself back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale and plank. You can lower your knees and lower your torso or stay high, inhaling forward on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower halfway and hover. Arms are hugging your side body. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your heart, broad collarbones, roll your shoulders back and together. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe you take child's pose. We'll just be here for a breath or two. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up with a long spine. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hinge forward, hands touch down. Right foot steps back and out, setting up for Virabhadrasana 1. Again, we'll take a moment before we rise up. Foundation is everything. Connect to the big toe root of your front foot, pinky side edge of the back foot. Bend into your left knee. Imagine actually hands to hips. Now you can feel your left hip shift back, your right hip shift forward. Hands on your hips as you rise up slowly. Feel those muscles in your hips and glutes working. Nice. As you arrive, reach to the sky. Breathe here, Virabhadrasana 1. Notice where the mind goes during moments of quiet. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Lift the torso tall. Exhale, hinge forward. Outer left hip shifting back, outer right hip shifting forward. Notice the left big toe connected to the mat, the right foot connected to the mat. Drop your hands to your shins or to blocks. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Long spine. You're welcome to round your spine if that's what you like. I generally try to practice with a long spine as much as possible because we live a lot of our lives accidentally rounding our spine. When we come to the mat, it's our time to be intentional. So if you round your spine, I just ask that you know you're doing it. If you'd like to revolve this pyramid, ground your right hand, either placing it flat on the mat or the block, or maybe fingertips tenting. Left hand comes to your left hip. Shift your outer left hip back in space as you start to revolve your torso. Left shoulder stacking over right shoulder. Keep the connection to your feet. Your legs are super active and engaged here. You can even imagine you're trying to squeeze the legs together. Maybe you lift your left fingertips to the sky. Maybe you bring the back of your left hand towards the front of your right hip. If you've done that, maybe you can lean back in space slightly, getting a sense that your heart is spiraling up to the sky. That left hip is still shifting back in space. The pinky side edge of your right foot is still connected to the earth. Your shape doesn't have to look like my shape or anyone else's, but notice how it feels. Breathing deeply will begin to unwind, returning the left hand to the earth. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, giant step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up, long spine, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Why do I keep saying that? To your heart. Let's go to the earth. Plant your feet. Long spine. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, lean back. Keep your feet grounded on the mat, on the earth. I'll just say it as much as I can now. And eventually roll back onto your spine. Cross your right leg over your left. Open your arms out wide. Shift your hips just a little to the right. Inhale, and when you exhale, let your legs fall to the left. Final twist. I think my subconscious is telling me to spend some time maybe in the dirt today. Breathing, come back to neutral. Both feet on the earth, neutral hips. Cross your left leg over your right. Shift your hips a smidge to the left. Inhale deeply and exhale, your legs fall off to the right side. A few breaths here. Breathing deeply, we'll return to neutral. You can hug your legs in and rock side to side for a moment if that feels good. And then send your legs and arms out long, taking our brief but beneficial Shavasana. Allow yourself to settle in, being heavy here. Trust that this time is valuable. Deepen your breath. Feel free to linger in Shavasana for more time if you have it. But slowly return yourself to an easy seated posture. As you arrive, I'll share a quick Deepak Chopra quote. The world has been waiting for our transformation because it too wants transformation. When we are transformed, the world is transformed because we and the world are one. Sitting tall, hands together in front of your heart. Big inhale for long Om. Thank you for sharing your practice. Notice how you feel as you move about the world today.